Hi, Tracy from Rundeck. Today's topic, Rundeck 101. What is Rundeck? What makes it special? Let's begin by defining Rundeck. Rundeck is open source, self-service, automation workflows. Basically a platform for running automation. Open source because Rundeck has been an open source platform since 2010 with a very active community of DevOps engineers, operations engineers seeking to remove toil from their environment. Automation in that Rundeck can run just about any automation that already exists, whether that's scripts, Ansible, Puppet, Chef, Terraform, anything that you're already using. Rundeck can wrap itself around and extend that automation into a workflow which would touch other systems within your environment, such as your ticketing system or a logging system or email communication systems. So taking that automation, expanding that automation into a workflow that touches other systems that typically you would swivel chair or have to take additional manual steps to complete, and then extending that automation to self-service. Now that self-service is made possible because Rundeck has built-in security and becomes essentially another layer of security within your environments. In fact, we are contacted many times by security professionals looking to add additional control or visibility in environments. Rundeck has the security built in, so it integrates with your existing LDAP or Active Directory for authentication and allows you to hide username passwords or secure keys from the person who is actually running the jobs. So by expanding those that automation into workflows, extending that in a very secure, controlled way for self-service allows you to eliminate that toil, allows your users to get things done faster without having to submit tickets or wait on someone to do the thing because they happen to have the password. Now let's take a quick look at the Rundeck interface, and we will focus on a couple of the ingredients to what I would call our secret sauce, what makes us special. As I go into our Anvil's online project here, we have a whole list of things that we can look at. I want to focus on the nodes. We have an ability to pull information about all different types of servers, containers, database endpoints, network endpoints. We're able to pull that information and that metadata about those endpoints from a variety of sources. As I go into my project settings here, I can set up my different nodes and add additional resources here. So let's add a source. And as you look at this list here, this is all plugins. So Rundeck is a pluggable architecture. We don't use agents, agentless. So we're able to pull this metadata in. If there was a source for node metadata that hasn't been defined yet, we can make that work with a flat file, a spreadsheet, or we can create another plugin to add that information in. And as you can see, we have ability to pull that from VMware, AWS, Ansible, Kubernetes, etc. So lots of different ways to pull that node information in about all of the endpoints that you're going to run automation against. Now let's talk a little bit about the second key ingredient to what makes Rundeck special, and that's the pluggable architecture for executing against all of those nodes. I'll go to my jobs section here and let's edit our nightly catalog rebuild job. I'll scroll down here to the workflow. You notice that we have 3 different steps. I'm going to add an additional step to this, and you'll see here that we get node steps and we get workflow steps. So again, all based on plugins, the majority of which are free and online. Only a select few are exclusive to the enterprise version of Rundeck. But you can see here these node steps we're going to run. This will run against every node in the workflow, every node that has been identified. So this can be a command, you can be executing a script, you can be issuing commands against your Kubernetes cluster or against AWS, Docker, all of these different little Unix type scripts that you see down here. Node steps are extremely easy to wrap existing automation around with a plugin and create a little GUI interface for your ability to share that within your organization. Workflow steps are going to run only once per workflow. So again, plugins that can do things like open a ticket, update a ticket, close a ticket, things that you're only going to do once per workflow. And again, all of these are plugins, and the majority of which are free for the open source use. So to summarize what we've talked about in our Rundeck 101 course, Rundeck wraps around all of your existing automation, expands that automation into a workflow that can touch other systems within your environment, and can extend that automation as a self-service job complete with security and logging. Rundeck was designed by operations engineers to be intuitive and to allow them to be as productive as quickly as possible. If you'd like to learn more about Rundeck, feel free to check out our other videos. Until next time, this is Tracy from Rundeck.